Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Piscean people out there. Let's shuffle it up. I hope you're all doing fabulous, which I'm sure you are, but let's see what's up, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for Pisces? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on. So I always find that interesting at the end. Let's get it going, though. What do we got for Pisces? All right, that came out nice and quick. All right, so we do have like somebody like looking towards the future. Like this is kind of like, all right, what's next? What's next? What now? Type of energy. And we're going to have to break that down. There's a few different layers to this card, not bad or treacherous by any means. But before we start peeling back the layers, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading, enough of the promo, have a look at this card. So we see this lovely lady in a blue dress walking on a beach, looking out at the horizon. Yeah, there's all sorts of these things up in the sky. There's rainbows, there's cool things. But when I see somebody looking out at the horizon, yes, I could think of strategy and planning, but I think of that forward focus, right? So maybe trying to look towards the future with a sense of ambition or optimism, okay? So a lot of you could be in that mode. If you're not planning for the future, you might see the future as bright, or you could be trying to see the silver lining, like the best is yet to come, or good things could be coming down the pipeline. So I do like this card. It could be a little thought-based sometimes, so just know that's a very common thing in water sign readings, a lot of the mental, a lot of the thoughts. But this is somebody like really trying to look towards the future with optimism. So let's get into tarot. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote for us. So we're going to make sure our friend is good there. Let's get you 3 of these cards in the upright before we get that intuitive, juicy stuff. What do we got for Pisces? Shuffle it up one time here, my friends. So I want to talk about last week's reading, Pisces, because it was titled An Unbelievable Reading. Now, I will say this. It was probably one of the best readings I've ever done on this channel or in general. Like, it was super, super positive and optimistic. Like, we had a who's who of all the best cards in the tarot deck. So I'm hoping you had a good week. And even if you didn't, maybe those energies will linger along because it was really beautiful. Like, we had every single positive card. So we're going to hope to keep that going this week. As you know, nothing's ever set in stone. Only take it how it hits for you, right? Because everyone's on different journeys. So let's get 3 cards out here, because we could be seeing your energy or someone you're linked to, but things were looking luscious last week. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so we do have the High Priestess. That's a card that could represent you. Very powerful, very emotional in its ways as well. Let's get 2 more out here. Could be something in regards to the self, whether self-confidence or otherwise. We got the 7 of Cups. So we're getting watery energy, like left, right, and center. Like with this first card, there's tons of water here, and that's something you are in your element with. Let's get 1 more out here. Thank you. All right, we got the Fool card. So a card of new beginnings, new journeys, new ventures. So Pisces, it seems like we're getting a link into all the different cards and energies, especially with the Fool linking up with this future focus. But let's go through it real quick. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff. So in the first portion of this spread across the top, we have 2 extremely powerful major arcana. The High Priestess in position number 1, like I said, water sign energy. So this could be representing you. In my simplistic style of reading, it could be something coming towards you or an emotion that you might be feeling more than usual in this time. But she is the matron of psychics, intuitives, tarot readers, very energy sensitive. So when I see her, first I say, follow your intuition, follow your gut. Your intuition could be trying to tell you something, or there could be something unseen energetically going on around you here. Now, yes, she does also link in with knowledge, stuff like that. But this is like a very, very powerful intuition, a keen intuition. So we're going to really want to see what she's about here. Now, moving over to the center, and she has that spirituality link as well. Just protect yourself energetically. But in the center, we have the 7 of Cups. So the watery energy continues. To me, this is a card of thought. This is one of my cards of daydreaming, right? So being in your head, daydreaming, a lot of the future focus we've been seeing a lot. So thinking about what's to come, what's coming down the pipeline. The Seven of Cups to me can also be about options, choices. So a lot of you might feel like at this time in life, there's a lot of options or a lot of choices, a lot of different paths you could take. So we're really going to want to clarify this and see what it's about. But I just want to say, especially the fact that it's right next to this High Priestess, there could be a lot of energies affecting you, all right? Especially with all this water. And it's not feeling treacherous or anything. I really want to clarify them, but you could be extra susceptible to the energy of others in this time. That's just something I'm intuitively feeling already. But moving to the very back end, we have the Fool card. And talk about the future focus once again. Now, this could just represent an Aries in your life. And when I see the Fool card, I think of somebody who's about to start a new chapter, a new journey in life, right? So bounding off into that next journey, taking a leap of faith with optimism. So we're seeing a lot of these similar themes and archetypes thus far. There's always a caution with the Fool card. Yes, it's jovial. Yes, it's happy and celebratory and positive. But when this card shows up, there is a warning against spontaneous actions or doing anything spontaneous. So in this time, you're going to want to make sure you plan things out proper and you don't just do things by the seat of your pants. But interesting that we're catching so much water here as well. I really want to dive deeper on all of this action, Pisces. So let's do that. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, so we're going to get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for Pisces, my guides? Definitely a different vibe than last week, I'll say that, but not terrible. What do we got for Pisces? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with that High Priestess. And as always, if you're a tarot reader or intuitive yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. You won't be stepping on my toes. Okay, High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here? Thank you. Hermit. Yeah, you really need to lock something down energetically and be very cautious energetically. We have the Hermit in the upright underneath this High Priestess. Now, for some of you, this could simply be you being in Hermit mode, like sealing yourself off from the outside world, or just going through one of those times with a little isolation. Some of you might be feeling a little bit of isolation or loneliness, things like that. But the main thing I'm catching here is an important warning about protecting yourself energetically. And I've been picking up little hints and pieces of that since we got to the Seven of Cups. And I'm feeling it once again. I'm not saying that you're all under energetic attack or anything like that. Just know that you're susceptible to feeling things, which is a very Piscean trait, right? Like I always like to brag that I'm a Pisces rising. So I'm part of the collective. I totally get it. So make sure you're protecting your energy in this time, okay? Because you could be taking on the energies of others and you could be more susceptible. I'm just going to leave it like that. So it is like an important energetic warning. I'll just say that. If not, you might just be a little more to yourself or trying to protect yourself from the outside world, like seal yourself away. So let's go in on the Seven of Cups. Hermit mode, literally. I mean, unless you're connected with a Virgo, that could be them right up front. So why is this Seven of Cups here? I feel like we don't need to overcomplicate it too much, right? We're just going to keep it moving. What do we got? Emperor in reverse. Yeah, a little indecisive, like what to do next type of energy. So there could be someone you're connected with, like they just don't know which route to take, which way to go, like which way do I go, which way do I go? We have the Emperor in reverse. So we do have both cards that represent Aries showing up in this spread. So some of you might be on that cusp or you might be linked to an Aries. When I see the Emperor in reverse, yes, it could be somebody like being overly controlling, like, all right, well, you're forcing me to do this type of energy. Like you're forcing me to take this option. I feel like it's one of the other. This is somebody who feels like they can't decide what to do next or which way to go. They need some careful planning and strategy, or a little warning about somebody forcing your hand. Like, all right, well, you caused it. You asked for it. You're making me do this. Your actions are causing me to do this. That's the vibe I'm picking up. Okay. Not trying to be a fear monger or anything like that. It could be one or the other, maybe both. Right? So we're going to see what the Fool has to say about all this. Interesting. And once again, this energetic susceptibility is still showing up in this spread. So it's something to watch out for. Like, make sure you're protecting yourself energetically. But let's see what's going on with that Fool card. Then I'll give you a quick little recap before we get into the Shadow card. So why is the Fool here? Yeah, the deck is jumping now. Why do we have the Fool here? Please and thank you. Thank you. Okay, we do have Justice in the upright. Yeah, there is some sort of cycle about to really kick into gear. Okay, whether one, I don't feel like this is necessarily one going out, but this is that karmic energy in front of the, like, attached to this Fool card. Like, if any of you have recently been through some sort of ending or cycle close, pardon me, or like a big shift in the paradigm of your life. For some of you, it could be moving houses or apartments. For some of you, it could be relationship-based or work-based. Spirit is saying like a new karmic cycle is kicking over, and you just need to be cognizant of that there's growing pains involved. That's just the vibe I'm picking up here. Now, for some of you, this could be a karmic reward or opportunity coming in, of course, with Justice underneath this Fool card. But I feel like some of you need to analyze the cycle that you've just been through and try to pull the karmic lessons from it. Okay, that's like a vibe I'm picking up here. Don't be too quick to rush off into the next thing. Don't be too quick to rush off into the next cycle. Take some time to reflect on what you've been through and what you've learned. Like, that's just the vibe I'm picking up. I know this is getting deeper than I thought it would, but let's put this Fool down right here with Justice. And let's go through it real quick, my friends, before we get into the Shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, we have a lot of major arcana in the spread this week. Almost all major arcana, now that I think about it. But position number 1, we have the High Priestess with the Hermit in the upright. So some of you might be in a little bit of solitude. You might be trying to like shield yourself off from the outside world. You might be in hermit mode. Okay, the loneliness could be creeping in as well. But I feel like the main thing is this is an important warning about your energetic susceptibility. So just know that you could be taking on the energies of others, or somebody could be sending the juju at you, the evil eye. So do with that what you will. But in the center, we have the 7 of Cups with the Emperor in reverse. And I feel like this is one or the other thing. Either somebody can't decide which route to go or what to do next in life, or somebody is being handcuffed or forced to take an action they don't want to. Like, all right, you asked for it. Right, your actions caused this, like a chain reaction. Moving to the very back end, we have the Fool card with Justice in the upright. And it's all about the past karmic cycle that you are moving out of into the new. A lot of you could be in a big time of transformation and change. And Spirit might want you to just like do some self-reflecting and look at any karmic lessons that you could learn from things. So let's get into the Shadow card. Please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into them further, because this is a very interesting spread this week, Pisces. Right? Like, not so blatantly positive as last week's, but I'll still take it. So what do we got for Pisces? Yeah, I'm using the Shadowland Tarot once again. We're just going to get you one card here. What's in the shadows for Pisces? Please and thank you. Thank you. All right, we do have the Queen of Wands, and I've been saying it since the very beginning, like how one views the self. That's been a big theme throughout a lot of the signs this week. But the Queen of Wands, yes, even though it could be representative of a fire sign, she is all about self-confidence to me. So for some of you, it could be a link or damage due to a fire sign. But to me, it's like having self-confidence in yourself, right? You have what it takes to power through. You have what it takes to get something done. There may have been times in the past where you weren't too confident in your abilities or how you looked, how smart you are, whatever it might be. The Queen of Wands in the shadows asks us to not be so hard on ourselves, right? To have that confidence and keep pushing through. Know that we're beautiful. Know that we're worthy of love is a big thing we have here with the Queen of Wands, okay? Just make it happen, my friends. But yeah, Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after the fire air readings this week. But for December, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. This is the deck I used in this week's reading. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card makes you happiest when you see it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of December, I will put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.